Giulio Sarchiola. I'm an Italian documentary photographer. I started my career as an assistant in Paris with French photographer Marc Ribou. After I moved to China, where I was working for 2 years as a correspondent for the Italian agency Contrasto. And after I went back to Italy 5 years ago, where I started working on commission and personal projects. My first personal project was Clinical Zone, a work about hospitals and medicines. The second one was called Android, was a work about soldiers using very complicated instruments on their bodies and the relation between the two. And my third personal work, which is the one I present here and is published here in Inform Talent, is called Afghanistan, the Hidden War. And it's a work about the impossibility of taking in picture the war. In fact, I was invited by the Italian army to make a media tour in Afghanistan together with other 10 journalists, more or less. And during these 2 weeks, I understood that was not possible to report or represent anything truthful. I mean, that all the things that the army was showing to us were settled up and made for journalists. And so when I went back home, I started thinking about I could try to do a truthful story about it, or a story that has like meaning for me. I settled up a small studio in a tent in one of these bases. I went in 2 bases and 2 other trips. And I settled up this studio with flashlights and a large format camera, and I took them in picture. I did around 30 portraits. Doing this work, I found a way of translating photography my feeling there, and my strongest feeling in the context was looking to these faces of the soldier coming back with big beard and very tired. And so I don't know if it was a true story, but for sure this was my way to tell my story about this story and the condition I was working in. When I received the email telling me that I was chosen for the Italian issues, I was really happy, and it's something very important to me. And I mean, I was always thinking that it was a little bit crazy to go in Afghanistan 3 times and to spend more or less 1 month in the 3 trips only for doing portraits on a white back. And knowing that someone chose this work to publish it was great news.